Welcome back to the Hockey Shop Source for Sports. I'm down here in Goalie Utopia. I guess not down here anymore because there's no basement. I'm in Goalie Utopia without having to go downstairs. Although I do miss the Marc-Andre Fleury elevator thing. Every time I close, the flower there making us.
You know how old that thing was?
I loved it. Anyways, I digress. That was the best Cam has ever looked because he was wearing the new Axis XF mask. I want to know how much product is in his hair because it didn't shift at all after taking it off. But again, I digress. I'm getting away from the best part. I'm asked that a lot of people have been waiting for. I'm asked that we've heard from pros, junior goalies. I remember being at Tendy Fest the first time we saw this, sort of secretly in the back, and having WHL goalies. There were about 3 of them there, and they were all like, "Nah, I'm not. You know, I've got my mask that I wear. I've got my brand that I wear." And then they tried it on. They're like, "Yeah, can you send me one?" So why? Cam,
well, this shows
XF.
This shows a little bit about how much it's been in the blender to refine the design. Like, I mean, this again, seeing that early tease on, that would have been 2019 potentially.
Oh, look at you, like dropping how early you're ahead of this.
It was development and then early stages, and I mean, like, you know, they settled on something, wasn't quite happy with it, decided to make it even better, and here's what we have now.
Let's say why.
Okay,
let's show.
So, starting point. Brand new for this season.
You're going to bury the lead on this, aren't you?
What do you mean bury the lead?
Okay, just keep going.
I don't even know what that means.
Not a journalist. Burying the lead, Cam, is when you take the best part of something and leave it way at the end instead of leading with it.
I know. It's like putting the milk in the back. I'm a retailer, you know.
Okay.
Okay. XF mask. So, new, completely for this year, completely new shell shape, completely new cage, completely new backplate. Let's dive into this a little bit further.
Because the biggest thing that's new is the liner. Speaking of burying the lead, that's what's changed the most.
Yeah, you know, it's called building.
NEST TEC.
NEST TEC. All right, well, now since we're talking about the liner, let's open this up and have a quick look. So, this NEST TEC 3D printed liner, what's so awesome about this? Let's start with airflow first. Excellent breathability with the mask. In terms of keeping like CCM has really put a good focus on, you know, keeping your temperature down, keeping it at a moderate level when you're increasing, you know, those high levels of play.
The word you're looking for is thermoregulation.
Thermoregulation, thank you. So this mask is definitely executed and built off that for sure with that breathability and overall feel-wise. Now, the other benefit of NEST TEC is concussion dampening. So,
it's soft and cushy too. It feels nice on your head.
Yes, but why else is that important, Kevin?
Well, because there's some give there. You have a tight fit feel, and yet it's going to have a little bit of lateral give, not just on pucks, but on collisions to the side, right? There's a little bit of forgiveness as opposed to being locked in and having that mask take your head with you.
So as opposed to, say, a standard, you know, VN foam liner or what have you, anything like that, that's just basically sitting there, there's this actual physical give point to the mask to allow that little bit of cushion upon those impacts, especially, say, you know, side impacts from the puck, not necessarily direct on. You know, as we know as goalies, you know, we want to believe we're just going to kind of tilt our head forward and get hit. No, we get them from the side, we get them from, you know, all areas for sure. So, continuing forward, we'll just pass the foam mask, new exo shell composite. So within that, basically, it's a carbon fiber lay all the way throughout the mask, not unlike what CCM has used in the past, but they've improved the way that they're laying the carbon, creating a little bit more rigidity to the actual shell itself, playing off of that NEST TEC material to create that higher level of protection.
Okay, the NEST TEC liner actually screws in.
Yes.
We watched it get assembled in Montreal at the factory. That was kind of fascinating to see the process. We also watched the 3D printing. Little tease, not here yet, maybe down the road, can't say when. You might be able to custom. Well, if you can 3D print, you can cut. Okay, so anyways, back to what's available now. Axis XF. As you said, the shape, the shell, everything's changed. The liner is the biggest sort of probably attraction point, but strapping's different. We see the straps on the top are anchored on the inside with screws, so you no longer have the straps on the outside, which sort of just helps with the overall fit and feel. The straps run through the back plate between the hard back plate shell and the new NEST TEC foam.
Yes, in the back end of the liner.
So it does two things. I feel like it creates a snugger fit back there, sort of wraps around the back of your head, but also creates a nice big open space for painters. So if you've got tributes you want to have on the back, if you're an idiot like me and you once had a painter put your dog's name above your wife's name on the list of tributes, now there'll be room to maybe correct that in the future.
That's a thing.
So lots of
also no clips on the overall face of the mask too. So you're going to run through less of these plastic like slider clips. It's a nice little quick call out.
I was going to say no clips on the top. You're still anchored. You still go around on the bottom.
Correct, but still a high common point was those ones off the top of the head. Easy enough to replace. Again, it's a little bit different though. These are actually screwed in with a mounting point here, for example. So it will be specific XF straps to replace with the mask. It's not like you can grab your generic one and use. That said, the backplate also features a bit of a new design as well. So previous issue with some CCM masks is that the actual backplate, the hard piece was catching on the foam and peeling it back.
Right, so as the elastics sort of, especially if you put it away with the elastics all tight, they sort of pulled that backplate into those foam layers and it would kind of peel it off. Now this fits almost like it's designed to fit in it. So two things that does. What it creates a snugger fit laterally in terms of like somebody falls on your head and that compression that side. And you're right, it eliminates it, like it's sort of like a glove, but a mask. The way the pieces all fit together, it's going to lock into place.
Correct. So
cage is different. Let's
yes.
get to the cage.
So completely new cage, only fitting new mask. Old cage don't fit on the new. New cage don't fit on the old. Keep that in mind.
Inset, you can see the inset around the edge of of the shell. Screws are now inset within the cage. So again, you're not no chance of sort of having that screw exposed, catching a puck off that, and it's got dampeners built in between the cage.
So why? See, again, you're doing that thing that you talked about earlier now.
Well, that's not bearing the lead.
That's it was. Maybe not talking about impact.
Okay, explain now.
Okay, so upon that impact of the cage, having that extra space there is allowing that cage to cushion and create an actual bit of a shock dampening effect. So less dented cage, more impact reduction, less vibration being transferred into your head, better protection, longer lasting cage. All huge benefits of
the CCM Axis XF mask and its new cage setup.
Yeah, we'll go with that. I like that.
Okay, we'll put that mask back on and we'll test just how much that impact absorption is there.
So to wrap this thing up, some big things here to come, but if you're looking for this right now, we are going to see this launching this Friday. Same date, I believe this video is going to be launched.
Should be October 13th.
October 13th.
If you got any questions, hit
Friday
up
the
Cam
13th.
in store. D-throw in the chin cup, similar to past models as well.
Correct.
I think we pretty much covered it. But the biggest thing is that new liner, the NEST TEC 3D printed liner, and the breathability is off the charts, folks. So another new option. If you got questions for Cam,
589-8299, 1-800-567-7790. Not just me. Any of the guys can chat with you about the mask. And check us out at thehockeyshop.com. You will see these up online. They are available for pre-order at the moment, but since this is now Friday the 13th, the mask will be live and available for purchase.
A goalie mask is launching on Friday the 13th?